everybody. My name is Jennifer Portnick. I am a fitness pro here in Portland, Oregon. As you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic and a lot of people are at home and not as active as they usually are. So I thought I'd give you a few ways where you can stretch and de-stress your body. So just follow along. You don't need any equipment or really even shoes. That's totally your call. And if you want a particular music, go ahead and play it in the background. I have some on very low here so I can kind of hear the rhythm. To begin, take your feet just slightly wider than shoulder width. As you're filling your chest with air, see if you can pull air in from your belly. Take both of your palms, press them gently against your upper rib cage, and every time you breathe in, pull the air from your belly, even the sides, and your back to some extent. When you do this, you get a deeper feeling of oxygen intake and release. Go ahead and release your hands and your arms down to each side. Take one arm overhead, your other hand, grab the first arm and pull up towards the ceiling. Let me move back a little bit so you can see better. You might want to give yourself a little tilt if that feels good for your body. You can go ahead and lean and switch your grip. Take it up towards the ceiling and then tilt to the side. When you're tilting and up towards the ceiling, try to keep both of your arms extended as much as possible. Now clasp your fingers together, press them out, and raise your hands and your arms up overhead. Shoulders should be down. Your hands should look something like this. And continue to focus on your breathing. And gently, slowly release your arms down to each side. Oh, my pants are falling off, excuse me. Take one arm, cross your chest, the other arm, grab yourself in between your elbow and your shoulder, and give yourself a gentle tug to the side. This should feel really good. Your deltoid muscles don't get a lot of relaxation, so this should be a happy thing for your body. If you like, give yourself a little bit of a twist and turn towards the back of whatever room you may be in and hold that. Continue to lift the chest, continue to lift your chin. Now return to center, release, and other side. Oh, my deltoids definitely like this. If you would like, go ahead and give it a twist, keeping everything lifted. So avoid this posture. Keep everything lifted towards the ceiling. And bring it back to center. Raise one arm, palm above your head. Place your hand, palm towards your back behind you. Take your other fingers and press down on that elbow. I'm just kneeling a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And hold that press. Again, should be pleasant. And switch sides. Delicious. And release. Give yourself a huge hug. Doesn't matter which arm is on top of the other because we're going to flip it in a minute. Pull away from you to continue to release your shoulder muscles. And release, switch to the other arm the other, and hug. Release the hug, hands down to the sides, lift your chest towards the ceiling, take your hands behind you, grasp the fingers together, and pull down and away. So down and away. You should feel your chest lifted, your abdominal core muscles are strong. And if you feel that you've built a little more flexibility there, go ahead and take it a little deeper, a little further away. Shoulders are stretched down. And release, switch to the other side of your fingers, whichever one was the dominant one, make that the less dominant one this time. If you want, you can sway side to side while you're doing these upper body stretches. And release. Take one foot, turn it so that it's horizontal to the front of the room. Take your opposite arm above your head. Tilt with your chin and your chest turning upwards, and reach your arm up overhead. I'm aware you cannot really see me doing this very easily, so my apologies. Hopefully it'll be clear on the other side. One tip is to avoid pressing on your knee for support. Your mid-thigh is perfect. Oh, that's a good stretch. And back to center neutral. Let's turn towards the other side. Reaching up. Knees soft or bent if you like. Reaching overhead. Tilt towards the ceiling. Hand here for support if you like, and take it a little deeper if you would care to. Now, I'd recommend that you do this a second time. If you want to stop the video, feel free. I'm going to move on just for efficiency's sake. Stand here with both of your feet shoulder width apart. You're going to begin by pressing your pelvis forward. So it's not a big movement, it's actually very subtle. Press the pelvis forward and release it back. I'm barely moving, if you can see here. Forward and back. Oh, the lower back, this is a good way to isometrically release the lower back. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Excuse me, I'm going to tilt the iPad a little bit better so you can have a better view of me. All right, now for some leg stretches. Take one heel, press it onto the floor in front, lift your toes towards the ceiling, let your weight shift back into your gluteus. Your supporting leg, the knee is slightly bent, and you should feel a stretch right here down your inner thigh and behind your thigh, which is actually the hamstring. Take your toes on the same foot, press them towards the floor, and return to that release. Hold it just for 4 more times. And we're switching sides. The supported foot slightly behind you, heel on the floor in front, toe towards the ceiling to start. Press your weight back behind you as if you were sitting into a chair. Oh, this feels really good to me. I hope it feels good to you. Press your toe onto the floor and return to your press. Bring both feet together, return to standing neutral. If you want, you can grab a chair or move to the wall for balance. I'm going to show this with the chair. You can use it if you see fit. Let's try to get me in the whole frame here. Okay, so we're doing slightly better. Okay, we're going to lift our heels off the floor and hold it here. And release down. Now lift your toes off the floor. Don't let yourself fall backwards. It's a subtle move again. And bring the heels up. Release it down. I'm going to adjust the video camera. I have the feeling that my stand is loosening up, and that's why it keeps moving. Heels up. Oh, that feels good to me. Release down towards the floor. Balance is critical for folks as we become middle-aged and then senior citizens. Balance can save you from having a bad fall. The flexibility of the muscles and tendons and ligaments around your ankle is really important. And because we don't often work on these areas, it can feel very strange at the beginning. But once you get used to it, it'll be second nature. Okay, take one foot out, tap the toe just a few inches off the floor. Tap, tap. Now take that same foot, place it behind you. As you can see, it's horizontal to, my foot is horizontal to the front of the room. Take both of your hands, press them up towards the ceiling, extend, extend, and reach. And feel a stretch down the sides of your body. You'll also feel some in your legs. And release. We're going back to those little toe taps, but on the other side this time. Tap, tap. Make sure you're tapping with your toes and not your heels. And back to center. Yes, finish the other side. We're going to move on to a couple of additional balance stretches. While you're standing here with your feet slightly apart, take one knee, bring it up towards the midline of your body. Make it as high as is comfortable for you, because we're going to be working on this for a little bit. Hold that knee lift. Take as much support as you need. This is excellent for balance. Now we're going to take it down and up. And you're going to slow the lift of the knee down, down, down. And as you do this, your balance is going to be shifting just a little bit, and that's good because your muscles are working in a different way than they usually do. All right, bring it back to just the hold. If you're tired or you need a break, just put your knee down, no problem. And switch sides. I'm going to keep my support over here. You can switch yours if you like. Knee lift and hold. Now down and up. Slow it down. Lift and down. if you fall over, as I just did, just pick it right back up. And take both feet down. If you have a chair nearby, you can also do this with your sofa or a desk. What I'd like you to do is called a cat and cow stretch. First, we take our palms down on the support so that there's literally like a rectangle here. Once your hands are comfortable and you feel supported, imagine you have a string exactly in the middle of your back, and it is lifting your back as if you have the biggest arch ever. And when you get to the top, release with control and allow your back to arch the other direction. So this is called cat and cow. Bring it up and release. When I say with control, we don't want to release here. You want your body to still be following directions, just going the other way. This is the cat, and this is the cow. If you would like the most delicious stretch I know, let me show you how to do it. Same setup, but have your feet far enough back that your entire arm is parallel to the floor and you have your palms on your support. Once you get in this position, you're going to shift your weight. You don't bend your knees. Your knees are soft, but you don't need to bend them. You're just going to shift your weight behind you until you are stretching. Both of your arms are stretching. You can also walk your fingertips a little further away. Bring your head in alignment with your shoulders and your arms and hold that stretch. Continuing to breathe. Now release yourself from the stretch. Bring yourself back towards the chair and take it a second time. Upper back, shoulders, it all feels so good right now. And bring yourself back to center neutral position. I'm going to put my chair off to the side. Take your feet far apart, one arm out in front, and take that hand and arm and rotate it around you. Oh, that's very good. My personal favorite is when you get to the part where your back is arching and it's just delightful. Okay, you've got that going on. Let's do the other side. Reach up and around. Down and around. You may feel some creaking when you're doing this. I do, and I'm fine with it. Now, variation, both arms, you can have your hands clasped if you like, you don't have to, but make a little circle as if you were drawing on the ceiling with both hands together. While you're doing this, see if you can tilt a little bit to one side, back to center, and then tilt to the other side. The circles are still happening. And back to center. Release. Put your arms across your chest. We're going to do a little body roll. When we roll down, it's vertebrae by vertebrae. So you're welcome to watch me the first time. Hands across the chest. I start with my chin releasing down. My back side is releasing as if I am sitting in a chair. I let my head go. I let my arms go and my neck releases when I reach the bottom, whatever that is for you. Now, using your fingertips, draw while you're still facing and you've released everything. Using your fingertips, draw a figure 8 either on the floor or in the air above the floor, whatever you prefer. Figure 8. And release, switch to the other side. And take it, release and stay down, but I will show you this next move. So you're gonna take one arm, wrap your hand around the opposite shin, take your other arm, bend your elbow, place your palm behind you on your back facing away, and twist your upper body by pulling on the shin and remaining lifted. Twists are so important and we just do not do enough of them. And release, switch to the opposite side, and twist, pull and twist. Bring it back to center. We're going to reverse the body roll, bringing ourselves up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. When you get to the very top, let your shoulders release. Your chin comes up towards the ceiling. Open both arms. Take a couple of deep breaths. Reach your palms overhead and bring them down to your chest. Thank you so much for de-stressing with me. I feel wonderful and I hope you do too. Make any comments you have. I will be coming out with more videos in the future. Thank you, everybody.